So who's going to direct the next Spider-Man movie? There have been a lot of talk about the potential Spider-Man No Way Home sequel, and a lot of names have been tossed around as director. But now it seems like Marvel might be centering in on one particular director who has some unique experience in this realm. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about who Marvel might be picking up as a director for Spider-Man 4, why I think fans will be pretty excited about it, and what the special connection to the character he already has. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and ring that bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently, so you are in the know. Well, as many of you know, Sony and Marvel have yet to make any kind of official announcements regarding Spider-Man 4, but we do know the project is in the works. Tom Holland will once again pick up the role of Peter Parker, and John Watts will not be directing it. Now, this has led to a ton of questions and speculation from fans on who could direct the next Spider-Man movie. We've heard a lot of names kicked around in the rumor circuit in the last couple of weeks. Two names that keep coming up are Justin Lin, who helmed 5 of the Fast and the Furious movies as well as Star Trek Beyond, and Drew Goddard, who directed Cabin in the Woods but has been circling various Spider-Man projects like the Sinister Six for several years. Now, when these things are unconfirmed, the rumors start to kind of weave their web, and we got a really interesting report earlier today from World of Real. Now, honestly, guys, I am not too familiar with this source, but the website seems to have been established for quite a while, and as I parsed through some of their history, there were several stories that seemed pretty spot on, and it looks like a decent effort. Now, according to them, there's a couple of new names that have been trickling to the top, and the biggest one being Spider-Man director Sam Raimi. That's right, the guy that brought us the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man could very well be directing the next installment of the MCU franchise. Now, he already has a great relationship with Marvel after directing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so I could totally see Marvel just picking up the phone and reaching out to this particular director and trying to get him to step back into the world of Spider-Man. Now, he wasn't the only name they mentioned, and there were a couple of other interesting ones I thought could be pretty cool. The first one would be Dungeons & Dragons directors John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. I absolutely love that movie, and I find these two a pretty interesting choice to potentially pick up the reins. They did balance comedy and action pretty well during that project, and it would be pretty interesting to see what they could do with Marvel Studios. And that kind of brings us to the other name, because the other name that's being kicked around is an already established Marvel director and somebody who has appeared in front of the camera, and that would be Jon Favreau. Now, we'd totally love to see Favreau come back and do something with Marvel Studios, and I bet Marvel Studios would like to see Favreau come back and do something with Marvel Studios, but I find this possibility, well, pretty slim. He's neck deep in the Star Wars universe, and it's got a pretty full plate on that side of the house. So I'm not too sure how Marvel could poach him away from one of their sister studios and get him in there on this project without causing some other, well, internal problems. Obviously, Favreau has some choice in the matter, but we don't know the arrangements and the contracts that are already established with Lucasfilm, so even getting him back over to the MCU could be a problem just based on schedule. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of Spider-Man news in the next couple of weeks. This laundry list of directors is growing more and more, with Lin, Goddard, Raimi, Goldstein, Daley, and or Favreau as part of the potential shortlist. The best news is we are indeed going to get a quality director, and that hopefully translates to a really good movie. But we're going to have to wait and see.